Hello students, this is the start of the introductory lesson of our statistics. Here you will be able to, or I will show you what you should write down for the basic statistics that we're going to go over today and that we're going to focus on today. And moving forward we will build on these few statistics. For this first slide we're going to start with baseball. As you can see we got 4 statistics there. First one, OBP, stands for on-base percentage. Next, we got AVG, which stands for batting average. Third, we got ERA, which stands for earned run average. And finally, for baseball, we got K divided by BB, which stands for strikeouts, divided by walks. The ratio there. Alright, so first we're going to focus on OBP. As you can see, we got walks plus hits. Now make sure we have as you can see, we have the parentheses there, so we have to add those first. And then on top of that, we got divided all that by at-bats. Down below in the blue, as you can see, we have kind of just the shorthand form of it. BB, as you can see, is walks. H is hits. And ABs is at-bats. Alright, we're really going to have to learn these because we will use those going forward a lot. And in most of the websites that we use to learn these stats, we'll use these shorthand forms. Okay? So next we got AVG, which again stands for batting average. As you can remember from the last slide, we got H and ABs. As you can remember, that stands for hits and at-bats. This one's pretty simple. Next, we got earned run average. This one's probably the hardest one to comprehend today. But we got earned runs plus 9. Again, in parentheses, divided by innings pitched. The plus 9, how we get the plus 9 is because Major League Baseball games are played in 9-inning games. As some of you know that pay attention to high school baseball, we just play 7-inning games. So if it was a high school baseball statistic, it'd just be plus 7. And then again in the blue, you can see his ER is earned runs. Okay. There. 9 stays the same. And IP stands for innings pitched. Alright, and then lastly, we'll move on to K divided by BB. So we got strikeouts divided by walks. Denoted Ks divided by BBs. This is a ratio to look at how successful the pitchers are at throwing strikeouts compared to walking batters. And that is it for baseball. We will move on to football. We'll start off with completion percentage, move on to rushing yards per attempt, then on to passing yards per attempt, and receiving yards per attempt. I should actually say per reception. Alright, so we'll move on to start off with completion percentage. That is just passes completed divided by passing attempts. You can calculate this for one specific game, through half the season, or even the full season. Next, we got rushing yards per attempt. Again, pretty simple. Rushing yards divided by rushing attempts. Passing yards per attempt. Again, just like rushes, we got passing yards divided by passing yards divided by passing attempts. And lastly, for football, we got receiving yards per reception. As you can see, I got the reception there. We got receiving yards divided by number of receptions. Alright, those are all pretty straightforward. Usually they're given right in the problems we'll deal with. But if you have any questions with those, don't be afraid to come and talk to me. And finally, we're going to talk about basketball. For this one, we got 3 main ones that we're going to focus off on the offensive side of the ball for basketball. We'll start off with field goal percentage. That is just kind of like football, just field goals made divided by field goals attempted. As you can see down here in the blue, FG, that just stands for field goals. Okay, that's for all of them. And then the different made comes with M, attempted goes there. Should make pretty good sense there. Alright, next, 3-point percentage. Again, very similar. 3-pointers made divided by 3-pointers attempted. Kind of just follows suit with field goals. pretty standard, simple stuff here. Finally, free throws made divided by free throws attempted is free throw percentage. Simple stuff, just like the rest of the basketball stuff. Finally, we got a couple team statistics. This is kind of what you look at. This will easily tell you if a team's good or not. We'll start off at the beginning. Points per game. It's just points scored divided by number of games played. If we're talking baseball, it would be runs. Where points is, baseball just goes by runs. The others go by points. Same equation though. Points allowed per game, PAPG, pretty simple. Points allowed divided by number of games played. Kind of just follow suit with points per game. And then point differential, that's points per game divided by points allowed per game. If you have a positive number of this, usually it shows that your team is doing pretty good. That is it for the introductory lesson of statistics, the notes part. After this, we will have a couple problems to do using these statistics to test your knowledge. And if you get 100% on those, you can move on.